and welcome to another video with Created by Cassie. I am Cassie from Created by Cassie, and I am so thankful that you're choosing to spend your time with me. This is part of my Artistically Cassie series on my YouTube channel, and that series is pretty much just artistic cards, cards that take a little bit more time. I've done a lot more design type of work with it, and kind of more special cards. So this is a beautiful card. I'm so excited to share it with you guys. I made so many different versions before I landed on this one, and I'm sure that there are other cards similar to this this kind of fold, but I pretty much came up with it myself. I didn't go searching. I just kind of started cutting and putting paper together and items, and came up with this. So I hope that you love it. It is gorgeous, and it is with the Cheers and Sips bundle. So let me go ahead. I'm going to point you down. Oh, actually, if this is your first time watching me, go ahead and put this emoji down in the comments. I would love to welcome you to my channel and say thank you for watching. If you haven't, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. It's free. And be sure to hit the bell. It will notify you anytime I post a video or go live. And I do go live every week, Monday nights, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So those are always fun. I so enjoy getting to interact with you guys. It's so much fun. All right. So I just want to quickly show you the bundle. So this is the bundle I used, the Cheers and Sips. It is so much fun. We have our sentiments here. Cheers to you, to us, it's your day, and let's celebrate. And then it's just got some ice cubes, some different fruits, and then some different types of, like, I guess, I don't know, like embellishments in your drink or whatever, because you got the umbrella too. So it's such a really cute set. So it is photopolymer. You can tell that I have loved on this set so much. I need to wash them so that they stick a little bit better. So you get, with the bundle, you get the photopolymer set, and you'll get one of each of these dies. This is a set of 2 that I have in here, because I was creating some cards for a swap, and I needed to cut a lot more in a short amount of time. So, but you'll get one set of each of these dies, because I have like 2 of the these are the ice cubes, 2 of the taller drink, 2 of the strawberries. You would get one of each of those. So this is such a fun bundle. I have loved playing with it, and I am so excited to share my card with you guys. So here we go. This is the card that we are going to be making tonight for Artistically Cassie. Is this not gorgeous? I love it. It sits up. It's like an A-line card. I don't know what it's called. I don't know like the proper name of it, because I just kind of made it. I didn't look it up or anything. I just kind of put it together, made it, and then it's got this, like, see if I can show you this, like, accordion style inside there to kind of hold it up, or hold it, I guess, so that it'll stand up. So let's go ahead. I want to show you how I made this. So first and foremost, we're going to need our trimmer. And let me see if I can just move my lights touch. Let me see. Put this one down a little. There we go. Okay. So we're going to start with our Blackberry Bliss. And this is 8.5 by 4 1/4, scored at 5.5. I need to turn this light up a little bit now. There we go. It got a little too dark. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to create these little legs. And to do that, what we're going to do, first on your trimmer, I'm not sure if you know this, you have a ruler. Let me see if I can do it this way. Yeah. You have a ruler here, as well as a ruler here. And you have a ruler here. So let me see if I can show you what this ruler says. Let's see here. Yep. All right, sort of. There we go. Struggling with the light here. All right, so you've got your 0, 1, 2. It kind of goes all the way down. So we're going to be using this ruler as well. And to make it easier on myself, actually I can do it this way, I think. Nope, because it starts with 0 up here. So I'm going to flip my I'm going to flip this upside down. I'll go this way so you can see the whole, there we go, the whole piece here. All right, so this is upside down. This is going to start 0 all the way up to 12. Okay, so this is where we're starting with this, the beginning of our ruler here. So what I'm going to do first is I want to measure for my first leg here, and this is 3/4 of an inch. So I'm going to take this point here and move it over to my 3/4 of an inch on my my ruler on here on the base of the cutter. I'm going to pull I just pulled that right out of the track. All right, so I'm going to make sure, yep, I am at 3/4 of an inch. I want to have my cutting blade. The cutting blade is the dark colored blade, and on that blade, I can show you on this because it's the same. So you can see it a little bit easier. See this line right here? This line in the middle here is what you're going to line up with your little marks on this ruler here. So I'm going to stick that up. That's your scoring blade. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make sure I'm on 3/4 of an inch. I'm going to close this. I'm going to hold it down like I normally would, but I want to look over here, and I want to, it's going to be 1 1/4 inch up. So what I want to do, I'm over 3/4 here, so I'm good here, but I need to cut up by 1 1/4 inch. So I'm going to take my blade. I'm going to look at my ruler here, and my 1 1/4 inch is right here. So I'm going to take my cutting blade, and I'm just going to easily and slowly kind of pull it up there and then stop, because that's where my 1 1/4 is. So I'm going to pull this up now, and I'll show you what happened. So we've now got our first leg. See? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this way, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go to 3/4 of an inch. I'm going to hold this down, pull my cutting blade down, and then I'm going to go again up to 1 1/4 inch, and just stop right at that, right when the middle mark hits the 1 1/4 mark on the ruler part. Okay, and then we have 2. So next what we need is we need to cut from here to here, because we need to have our feet be out. So what we're going to do, I'm going to take, so the cut side is facing to the right. I'm going to put it underneath here, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to line it up on this ruler at 1 1/4. See, so I'm going to go 1 1/4, which is right here. Okay, then I'm going to take, not going to push all the way down on this. Don't push her all the way down yet. You just want to hold your Blackberry Bliss, and then you want to take your, before pushing this all the way down, you want to line up your mark on your cutter blade, your cutter piece, with, I just moved my Blackberry Bliss here. So this goes at 1 1/4 right there. So you're going to line up your cutting blade with 3/4 of an inch on this cutter, on this ruler, I mean. So I'm going to take my cutting blade, I'm going to line it up right at 3/4 of an inch, which is right there, and then I'm going to push that down. Okay, I'm going to hold firmly, and I'm going to go down my ruler until I get to 3 1/2. And that is going to be based on the length of this, going 3/4 of an inch here and 3/4 of an inch here. So from the edge here all the way over to stopping where we're 3 1/4, where this will equal 3 1/4, is going to be 3 1/2. I hope that was not too confusing. So I'm just going to go really slowly, and I'm going to line up my line with 3 1/2, and then my piece will come right out, just like that. Okay? Looks harder than it is, but see, we have our first set of feet. So I will show you that again. I know I'm a repetitive person. I like to see it a couple of times. So we're going to do our first foot over here. So we're going to go to 3/4 of an inch, and put that over there. Pull our blade down, push it down, and then we're going to go up to 3/4 of an inch on this ruler, and then we're going to pull up. Sometimes my this ruler doesn't come up all the way. All right, no, that was wrong. It's 1 1/4. 1 1/4, Cassie. 1 1/4. Let's see. I'm going to get this so that it is directly in the center here. 1 1/4. It's 3/4 over. Let's see. There we go. Okay, so it's 1 1/4. Just kidding. Okay, 1 1/4. Up. 3/4 over, 1 1/4 up. Then we're going to take this and flip it over. We're going to do the same thing. Go to 3/4 of an inch. Pull our blade down. Hold it and go up to 1 1/4. There we go. Then we're going to put our Blackberry Bliss through the back of this, and I'm going to line this up with 1 1/4 on this ruler here. 1 1/4. Then before I push this down, I'm going to line it up at 3/4 of an inch on this ruler over here. That's right there. So then I'm going to press down, and I'm going to hold, and I'm going to go slowly until I get to 3 1/2. And my piece pulls right out. And now we have this side and this side as our feet. So we can fold it in half now. All right. Not too bad, right? All right. I'm going to put this down here. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't cut my piece here. That is, let's cut this piece. I forgot about that. So let's cut a piece of Blackberry Bliss. This is, wrong one. Let me grab my little ruler here, a little measure tape here. Forgot this piece. All right, so this is half an inch. So 1, 2, yeah, so it's 3 inches. 3 inches by, let's see, that is 3 1/2. All right, 3 1/2. All right, and then what I did here to get the accordion, the accordion going in here, is I'm going to move it this way, and I'm going to get my cutting blade out of the way because I want to score. I'm going to score every 1/2 inch. So I've got that at 1/2 inch. I'm going to score that. I'm going to go to 1, and I'm going on this edge at the moment. So that's 1. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this around because we only go to about 1 1/2 before we come off the edge here. And I prefer, instead of being off the track a little bit over here, I prefer to start and go this way. You can do it either way. Okay, so we are at 1.5. I'm going to score. Then we're going to be at 2, score, 2.5, score. And then our last one would equal 3. All right. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and fold these and burnish them. And I like to burnish them individually. And I am accordion folding these, so one way and one the other. One up, one down. And go this way. There we go. And then this one here. And this one goes down. All right, perfect. Then what I do is I like to put it all together and then just run my bone folder across it. To me, it doesn't do a whole lot, but I like that it kind of puts it in a little bit more of a compact feel. And kind of gets it all smushed together, and I prefer it that way. All right, so we're going to take our card base here, and I'm going to take my accordion here. This is going to go in the middle. I'm going to start with it this way. So this is the end of the paper. So I'm going to start and glue this side down first. And for that, I'm going to use my liquid green glue. Just going to put some glue here. Not too much. All right. I'm going to open this up, and I'm just going to kind of eyeball where I want this. I kind of want it towards the bottom-ish. Not all the way at the bottom, but kind of at the bottom. And then I want it kind of centered in the middle here. And the thing I like with the green glue is you can, it gives you some time to wiggle around your piece of whatever you're sticking down. Okay, perfect. And there we go. Okay, so now what we're going to do, I'm going to hold this down here. I'm going to put a little bit of glue across here. Might be a little too much, but that's okay. And I just want to hold the corner here. I want to close this directly on top and then hold it. Hold it and kind of rub. Just make sure that it's going to stick and be stuck. I'm just going to run my fingers across both of these sides just to make sure we're good and glued. And then here we have the frame of our card. All right, now we just need to start decorating. So to start with that, we are going to take, we have a piece of strawberry slush, and then we have a piece of our DSP, and I'm just going to I cut that a little too, let's see, so we're going to cut 1/12 off here, and then off of that. Pretty sure that's what I had. Yep. Okay. We're going to need that on this one as well. Just take one, that's one little notch coming off, one little tick mark, and these are squares. Okay, perfect. All right, perfect. So it's going to look just like that. So I'm going to take my glue and I'm just going to glue this down here in the middle. And I just wanted a tiny border of this strawberry slush, just to kind of pop it a little bit, but not to take away from the design of it. You know, here in the middle, All right, let's go ahead and glue this one too while we're at it. Just gonna glue this. This is the same thing. And both of these are squares. All right. Perfect. Okay, we're going to set that aside. All right, for this one, we are going to use our dimensionals. So I'm going to grab my larger dimensionals. I'm going to flip this over and I'm going to put one dimensional on each corner and then one in the middle. So we've got those, and then this one here. Make sure those are down. I'm going to grab my little bowl here. I like to have a little place to corral my the backs of my dimensionals, because I tell you what, they get everywhere. All right, so I'm going to take my DSP here, and I actually think I think the pattern goes this way. Not that you can really tell because it's a whole bunch of flowers. All right, I'm going to just center this by eyeballing it. Here we go. And push down. Nice. Got a little bit, I might have to change my blade. Got a little bit of a jagged edge there. All right. It's gonna look just like that. Then we're gonna have a piece of Blackberry Bliss. This was, let me see. There we go. This was embossed with the new embossing folders, the embossing folders that come with the suite. It is this embossing folder here. This is the glass and flowers, glass and floral. I think it's flowers, glass and flowers embossing folders. That's the flower of the two. So I have done this in that embossing folder, and I'm just going to I'm just trying to see, sometimes you depends on how you put it in there, but can you see, like right here, let me see, get this in the light here, I'm gonna have to get better lighting, but right here, I can't seem to get it, there we go. Right here, there's a piece that's not embossed. So I'm going to put that piece towards the bottom because we're going to cover it up. Some parts of it are just, it's a thin floral that goes through the center. So sometimes you're just not going to, you're going to get it a little bit off center. All right, so I just want to visualize this. So this is going to go right about here. I need my sentiment here. So this is going to be, this is the foil, our new foil. So this is going to go right about here. Yep, that's about where I want it. Whoops, come here. All right, so I'm going to take those off. This is going to go right about this leaf right there. I'm going to put some glue, liquid glue, and with embossing, anything that's embossed, you want to put a little bit more glue than usual. Not a ton, but a little bit more, because it's going to get in those grooves and really hold it. So I'm going to look for this leaf right here, and then I'll stick this here. I'm going to make sure, yep, that's right. Okay, perfect. So we are going to just make sure, whoops, yep, okay. Then we have our piece of, this is the Pretty in Pink of the foil paper. It comes with Strawberry Slush, Pretty in Pink, and Cloud Cover. This is the, like the crisscross pattern. There's a floral pattern and a crisscross, and this one's the crisscross. And for this, we're going to put this up on dimensionals. So I'm going to do 3 dimensionals, 1 on each side, and then 1 in the middle. Let's see, put 1 right here. Then we're going to take these off. Perfect. And then I'm just going to line it up on to each side. And then you can put it however, you know, up or down that you want, whatever. I kind of go just visualize how much I want down here at the bottom, and then I just kind of sit my piece down. So I'm just going to push this one side down, leaving the other two dimensionals up so that I can look at it straight on and make sure that it is going to be straight. If it's not, I can adjust it easy. There we go, just like that. And then you can push it down. Isn't that beautiful? That shine. Ooh, I love it. Okay. Then we are going to start with our bottles, our decorating back here. So let me go ahead and show you the piece of DSP that I used from the coordinating DSP. So it's going to be this page here, and all of these items came from this page. So we have here's the orange bottle that I used. There's two orange bottles. There's this larger one. I used this smaller one. Then we've got this drink right here. Let's actually go through the bottles first. So there's the orange, here's the purple and the green. Then there's this pink one here, and then there's the blue one. So those are the bottles that go back here. And then the drinks, I have the lemonade. I'm not sure what kind of cocktail this is, but it's this one right here. It's kind of like a, maybe like a wine. Then we've got our little fancy drink, this guy right here. And then this purple one, which is so pretty. It's got that little orange there, right there. So pretty. All right, and then we've got our strawberry. I use the biggest strawberry on the page because there's more, there's smaller to bigger. And then I cut out 3 different of these little leaf pieces right here. I don't know if it's basil or mint. It's probably mint. But I am using 3 of these. And that's all on this page. Oh, and the lemons. The lemons. I have 2 lemons. You can do it where there are the lemons together right here, or you can do them separate and cut them out individual and then stick them together. However, whatever works for you. So I already have all of my pieces cut, and I need to find them because I just had them. And where did they go? Here they are. All right, so I have all of my pieces here. Let's pull these guys out. Can't forget our last lemon here. Perfect. All right, I'm gonna grab my mini dimensionals because these are kind of small, so we want to make sure we don't go too big on our dimensionals. So I'm gonna just put these in the order that I want them in. So that one's gonna go there. We're gonna do the green one on the outside. We've got our purple right here, and then here's our orange. Our orange one is gonna go right here. All right, and then our drinks, this pink one's gonna go here. We're gonna have our purple drink, this cocktail here, and then our lemonade. And we're gonna put these pieces over here out of the way so we don't lose them. All right, so we're gonna start with the bottles first. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the middle bottle first. That's gonna be the pink bottle. I'm gonna go ahead and put on my mini dimensionals, and then for the neck of the bottle, what I'm gonna do is cut a little snip off the edge of my dimensionals here. There we go. And then I'm going to take off my backings if I can get them off here. Let's see. All right, and then I'm just going to take the top of the bottle and I'm going to visually kind of center it in the middle. And then once I get it in the middle, I'm just going to kind of hold it with my thumb and push down so that I can Make sure that it's straight up and down. Perfect. Love that. All right. And let's see. Next is going to be, we're going to do the outsides. So we're going to have our purple. Let's do our purple. So I'm going to do one here and one there. And then I need to cut a super skinny little piece right here. And stick that right there on the neck. See if I can get this off so I can lift it up here. There we go. And then, whoops, it stuck to me. All right, so then I'm going to kind of visually put it where I think that I want it to go, leaving me enough room right here for another bottle. That looks good, and then I have it straightened there. And I'm going to do the same thing with this green, and the green goes on the other side. I like to work from, to kind of make them center. So I like to put it in the center and then work my way in. I just think that, at least for me, that tends to make it look a little bit more even. For me, if I have to go from one side to the other, it's not going to be even. I can't, I don't know, I just can't get it visually when I do it that way. But when I do it this way, it's almost every time it's in the middle and it looks even. All right, so I'm going to take my green. I'm just going to try to get the same amount on that's on this side of it. And that looks about right. That's good. All right, then we can just put our two here in the middle. So let's do our blue bottle. Got that. And then I think actually this guy can fit. Nope, he can't. I'm trying to use all my pieces here. All right, so I'm going to cut. I need another one for the next one. All right, and got that on our neck. You don't have to put them on the neck of the bottle, but I just like to have them on there so that they're just a little bit reinforced. If you put it in an envelope, they might get kind of smushed. All right, I'm gonna center this one here. That looks good. Oh, that's so pretty, right? Then I'm gonna do this is the orange one. So I'm gonna grab two of these. 1, 2, and I wonder if I made this skinny enough. I think I did. Yep, you can't see it. Perfect. All right, pull these. Oops, I dropped it. Oh man, come off of there. All right, so pull these off, and then we can just center this between the pink and the green right here. And you'll notice that the purple bottle and the orange bottle have, come off, a piece of fruit kind of on the side from where I cut. So this has an orange on it and this has a lemon. That part of the reason I designed it this way was so that it covered up anything that was on those bottles. So as we add our drinks going, you know, in the middle, it's going to cover them up. So I also dimensioned these, and I don't know, I must have cut some of this off. This is awful tall. Maybe there's different sized ones. Let's just cut a little bit of that off because that looks awful tall. Okay, so I'm going to start with this one actually. I start here and work out. So let's put this here, that there, and then this one will fit right here. Just to make sure we don't get snagged somewhere. Sometimes these mini dimensionals don't like to cooperate with me. Get these off here. Whoops. And then when they do cooperate, they don't like to go in the bowl. There we go. All right, so this little drink here is going to go right in this area here. And I did like it with them kind of like different dimensions, you know, because you've got the bottles on one and then you've got the drinks on another. You can see here they're in different layers. I just think that makes it look a lot different and very very pretty. All right, it kind of distinguishes between the items. If you were to glue them on top, they kind of would, I think, run together. So I did a bigger dimensional on this one because it's a little bit of a bigger piece or glass. There we go. So that one's going to go right there. Then this purple one here, it's also a larger one, so we can do our bigger one here. And then I'm just going to try to cover up the lemon right there. I'm going to pull this up a little bit. So I'm trying to get it kind of even this way as well. There we go. Then we just need our lemonade. I think the lemonade is my favorite of the drinks in this one. The way that it looks. It's just so pretty. Whoops. Alright, and then pull these off. And this one's going to go between the blue and the purple bottles. 2. And come on, you can do it. They don't want to cooperate. There we go. I almost got it. There we go. Whoops. Does not want to come off. Alright. So this one, we're going to cover up this fruit right here. That's the orange. I'm going to stick this guy, that off my finger. Alright, and then he is straight. Alright, look at that. That alone is pretty, right? Alright, now we are going to glue down, actually, our, I guess these are mint leaves. I'm not super sure. Mint or basil, something. But I'm going to glue these down. So I'm going to grab my green glue here. Just going to put a tiny bit on there. Grab this here. And this guy's going to go here in the middle. And this is just to kind of, whoops, that slid right around. Just to kind of give it a little something extra on there. I thought it looked a little plain for me. I know lots of people like their cards a little bit simpler, but not me. I like lots on my cards. I like it to look kind of like a piece of art. Alright, and then we're going to do this one here. And this guy is going to go right here. See, isn't that pretty? Just got a little bit of the green coming through. Alright, then we've got our orange, which is going to cover up this orange in here. It's going to go right over top, and for this, I do want to cut a little line, just a little, I don't know, a little rectangle-y one. Words are hard right now for some reason. Alright, so I put that over to the side a little bit too because I want to line my orange up with this orange here, but I need the dimensional to be on the bottom part, not on the drink itself. So I need the dimensional to be hitting down on the leaf, the mint leaf. So it's going to look like that. So you've got the orange up, but it's also laying flat on top of our drink here. Alright, then we've got our lemons here. So this guy, we're going to put a dimensional here. And I actually kind of think it's easier to do these two different, to cut them individually and then put them on. because you can kind of place them exactly where you want. Whereas when they're kind of together, you've got to go with where they fit. This way you can kind of put them going up or put them going down or put them closer together, however it is that you prefer it to be. There we go. Look at that. Oh, that's so cute. And then we've got our little strawberry here, and I think I need to cut a piece here for the strawberry. That's going to be too big. Let's cut that guy off. There we go. And then he's going to go on the side where the purple bottle is. Let's see, here we go. And these are all fussy cut. Let's stick that guy right there. Isn't that cute? So the bottles, everything on the front here is fussy cut. There were no dies for these, but I fussy cut them all out because they looked so cute. I had to. All right, so now we need to stamp. We need our sentiment up here, as well as on the back here. We need to do our leaf. So let's go ahead and our DSP and strawberry slush gets glued on the back. So we're going to glue this, get this ready to go. So this is just going to be centered. There we go. Just like that. So we've got our front and our back. All right, so we're gonna do our Let's Celebrate first. So we have our little sentiment strip here, basic white. It's gonna fit right over. And I am going to grab the strawberry slush ink. And then the sentiment I'm gonna actually use is from Simply Said. And the reason that I chose to do that is the cheers just didn't really fit very well right here. It just didn't look right to me. And all these other sentiments are teeny weeny. And I need something a little bit longer. So I used the stamp set Simply Said, and I did this Let's Celebrate. This is a really good stamp set. If you need sentiments, this is the perfect stamp set. It's great. I use it all the time. All right, so I've already got that on my block, the Let's Celebrate. I'm going to tap it here into my strawberry slush. Just make sure I got enough ink on it, and then I'm just going to just make sure. I'm going to center this here, push down, and just hold it for a second or two. I prefer to hold mine a little bit because I think that it makes the ink a little bit darker. Like it doesn't, you get the full color onto the cardstock. Isn't that pretty? Then we've got our piece here on the back, and we're going to use our Memento Tuxedo Black ink. And then we're going to use the leaf out of here, which we're going to call it Mint. Sounds good, right? So I'm going to grab my mint leaves, and then I'm going to grab a little block right here. And I'm just going to ink this up with my black ink. And the reason I'm using the black ink on the outside is we're going to color this with our alcohol markers. And when we color with our alcohol markers, we always want to use our Memento black ink because it will not smear when we use our alcohol markers on it. Perfect. So I just stamped that right there in the corner, just like that. And I'm gonna close this back up so I don't make a mess. All right, we can put the cap on this too. So while this dries, I always like to give it a couple seconds to dry. We're gonna take our Let's Celebrate here, and I'm gonna put 3 dimensionals on here. So we're gonna do, if I can get it, 1, that came off. I'm going to do one on this side and then one right here in the middle. And I'm just going to take these off. All right, so our Let's Celebrate goes this way. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to hold it here at the top so that I can kind of see both sides and up and down, because I want to make sure that it is going to be super, super center. All right, that looks pretty good. So I'm just going to stick my finger right on there, and then I can kind of look and easily move it around. That looks good. Oh, isn't that cute? All right, now to color this, I'm going to use my Stampin' Blends, and I'm going to use Granny Apple Green, and I'm going to use the bullet end here, like the blunt end, not the brush. This is the brush. This is the, I think it's called the bullet point end. I'm not sure, but I'm going to use the light Granny Apple first. I'm just going to color in fully the leaves here. And this is just to give the back a little bit of decoration, because you gotta have somewhere to write your message, and you don't want a whole, you know, blank piece of white paper on the back without anything on it. Even if you're gonna write on it, you gotta have something cute on it, right? All right, so we have our light Granny Apple. So I'm going to use also the same end, the blunt end, on the darker green, the darker Granny. And just going to kind of go here in the middle, give it a little bit of shading here. You just follow those accent lines that Stampin' Up gave you on the stamp. There we go. It's a little bit darker on camera than it is in person, probably because it hasn't dried yet. Then we're going to take this and put this back here. It's going to go right here in the center. So we can take our green glue. There we go. Might be a little too much, but that's okay. It'll be really good and stuck. And I'm just going to center it here on the back. And that green glue gives you a second to wiggle it to make sure that it is nice and straight, just like that. Isn't that cute? In our front here, and it stands up. It's perfect. All right, and then for the embellishments here, I did these Strawberry Slush and Pretty in Pink gems. You can tell that I have loved on these. This is my second set. All right, so we're gonna do Pretty in Pink on the Blackberry Bliss, and then when we get to the Pretty in Pink down here, like right here, we're gonna put a Strawberry Slush on that one so that we can see it. All right, so I'm gonna take a large strawberry, no, that's Pretty in Pink. I'm gonna stick this one right here, and you do want to push these down a little bit because this is going on an embossed piece, and sometimes they like to, at least for me, they like to pop off. All right, and then we're gonna put this guy, let's put him right here. I think that's where we put him, over there. Push these guys down. Then I'm gonna take my small Strawberry Slush and I'm gonna stick it down here. Cute. And there we go. That is our card. Isn't that so pretty? This Cheers and Sips bundle is so fun to play with. There's so many options. You can change around the color of the bottles. You can put them in different color orders. You can do a whole row of drinks. You can do so much with this suite and bundle. And this is just a great card. This can be, you know, a special card for a special birthday, special any kind of special event, and then it can also be a piece of art to sit out after the event has happened, and they can enjoy it for a while after the after they have received it. And it folds flat, and it'll go right into a regular envelope. All right, I hope that you guys enjoyed that. Hi. If you haven't already, go ahead and follow me on all my socials. I have Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. I am starting to do more YouTube content that is just YouTube. For instance, this video is only going to be on YouTube. And I'll link it probably on my Facebook, but it's going to live on YouTube. So you definitely want to be subscribed to my YouTube channel and hit that bell so you get notified when I post or when I go live. I go live every Monday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. So definitely come and hang out with me. I love to chat with you guys. Also, my email list. Go ahead. There's all the links and everything are in the description. Whether this is well, this one's only going to be on YouTube, so it'll all be in the YouTube description. So let's see. If you enjoyed this video, please put this emoji down in the comments so that I can say thank you so much for watching and watching till the end. I really appreciate it. I loved making this card. I loved playing around and just coming up with this cute idea. You know, like I said, I'm sure other people have, you know, done something similar to this, but I kind of came up with this on my own without looking anywhere, so I thought it was pretty darn cool. All right. Oh, and normally I will send out a recipe card to exclusively to my email list for my Artistically Cassie cards. This one is going to be a little different. I have a class that I'm going to be doing. So definitely make sure you're on my email list because that's going to go out there. This is going to be part of the class. So definitely look for that if you are interested in this. So this one will not be on a recipe card, but it will be part of that class. But normally they will come out, unless I'm doing a class with it, they will come out in the email. All right. Thank you so much for choosing to spend your time with me tonight. I really appreciate it. I had so much fun. I hope you did too. And I will see you right back here on Monday for a brand new video. Bye.